We've been talking about a king, Hezekiah, who was under siege. And we identified with him because we know there are times in our lives when we feel as though we are surrounded. We feel isolated. We feel as though everything is trying to push us back into a corner. And so we need to survive. We've talked about what Hezekiah first did, and the first thing he did was to cut off the water supply to make sure that his enemies were not getting fat off of his resources. Well, the second thing we have to do is to repair the broken sections. That's what Hezekiah did. There were holes in the wall, there were holes in his system, and what he did, he got together with his men and he sought to look at where the breaches were and make the corrections. What does that mean for you and I? It means that we have to take a good look at ourselves and ask ourselves, where are my vulnerabilities? Where are the areas in my life that I have been exposed? And therefore, because of that exposure, I am opening myself to become under siege by those who may be aware of those vulnerabilities. You see, the thing is sometimes that we allow our vulnerabilities to put us under siege. And it's because we just don't admit to it. So we know we are proud, but we don't want to admit it because humility sounds a lot better. We're vulnerable. Stop that hole. We know that we are afraid because of past wrongs and past errors. But no, we're going to pretend. No. Stop that hole. We know that we made mistakes in the past and we haven't yet forgiven ourselves or others who have done us wrong. But no, we've got it all together. Stop that hole. You need to make sure that you create a place where you can find what is necessary to plug that hole so that you cannot have entrance in from those who really want to hurt you. Don't be afraid of what your weaknesses are. They're not meant to pull you underneath. They're not meant to destroy you. They're meant to cause us to look and see. The fact is, I'm not good at this. I need to change. The fact is, when I talk, I have lots of sarcasm flowing from my mouth and I know I need to correct it. So let's deal with it. The fact is that I know I can roll my eyes and send a message without even saying a word. It's a vulnerability. Stop that hole. Don't allow yourself to become so inundated with your mistakes and the things that you have not done well that you don't allow yourself to step forward and to make things right. Repairing is something that we all have to do. There's nobody in this world who has gone a perfect mile. But I don't know anybody, and I'm certainly not one of those people. I've made my mistakes, and so have you. Hezekiah made his mistakes as well. We know his story, or if we don't, we can look at it in the Bible. But the thing is, what we want to do is make sure that we pick up our hammers, we pick up our chisels, we pick up that piece of plywood, and we start to plug those holes, those areas that we're vulnerable, the things that we really need to repair, the things that we need to fix. Come on, let's plug those holes, because when we plug those holes, we are making sure that we are protected from that onslaught of those who would want to keep us under siege. Don't be afraid of it. Look it straight in the eye. Tell it, I recognize you. I see this failing and I'm not afraid to deal with it. So I'm ready to plug that hole. We are surviving this siege, people. There is no surrender, as the goodly minister would say. There is no retreat. We are going to win this battle. So have no fear. Get ready to repair those holes. We will survive. Talk to you later.